guys are slow as shit. I'm Jose Offerman. I'm all-star ready, 99. Pedro Martinez in the cut. Let's go. We filming ready? Let's get it.
Welcome back to another episode of the GRD Podcast. If that wasn't the best intro you guys heard, and you guys don't know what that is, GRD, he's back in the building.
We out here, little hiatus. I needed to step away. I'm all over the place, about to have a baby. Baby mama drop. No baby mama drop. Edit that shit out. Yo, we out here today talking about Boston Celtics basketball. We ready.
Yeah, so right now we're going to break down all of our predictions for the preseason. You got a top 10 teams from each conference and then our awards. So you guys want to start with the awards or the top 10?
We can do the conference top 10s each for the playoffs.
Top 10s. All right. So last time we did something like this, it was for the playoffs. And I started with the West, and I kind of got a little flame for that because the West was so much better than the East. So today we're going to start with the Eastern Conference. We'll work from the bottom up, because I think the top will be, more suspenseful. So right now we'll start off with the 10 seed. 10 seed, I got the Magic. I feel like the East has gotten so much better in this offseason that the Magic are going to take a step back. They're still a solid team, don't get me wrong, but they're not a team that, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. Probably should have mentioned this before too. The reason why we did 10 is because they're thinking about doing a play-in games for the 7 to 10 seeds. So that's why we picked 10. But I picked the Magic. They're a solid team. Definitely could do something. They could squeeze into that 8 seed, but I just don't see it happening. I think they're going to finish as a 10 seed.
Doing a round table, I guess. I got the new look Charlotte Hornets at number 10. The new dynamite duo of LaMelo Ball and Gordon Hayward that everyone thinks is going to work, but just won't. I don't see this team as a playoff team. I think they're going to be on the fringe of a 10 seed, but they're not cracking that top 8.
I feel like they could also make a move or two, to solidify them, better in the East. I mean, the East is going to be competitive this season, but I feel like they're like a Michael Jordan move all in away from being a possible home seed playoff team if LaMelo Ball is what everybody thinks he's going to be, which I think he will be. But if they just trade either Rozier or the other guy that had a crazy good year last year and bring in a veteran that's proven DeMar DeRozan on that team, it might be good now.
No, all Michael Jordan's all-in moves have been bringing in Gordon Hayward for $30 million, Cody Zeller.
I'm not talking about. I'm talking about mid-season, when the Boston Celtics talked PJ Brown out of retirement. That was kind of an all-in type move and shit.
Right. I think we almost got Reggie Miller that year too. I remember. We were close. We were close to bringing him out.
I think there were stories about that.
Yeah. Kyle?
All right. Either way, I agree with Jake. I have the Magic at 10. I don't really think they got worse. I mean, they added Cole Anthony, so that's nice. But I just think everyone else in the East got better. So I have the Magic at 10.
One thing I'll say about the Magic also, they got a lot of players that the Celtics are looking at right now, I think. If the Magic sell these guys, I think that Danny Ainge is calling them, and there could be a deal between the Boston Celtics and the Magic this year.
Yeah, but Vucevic, this big man down there, definitely been linked to the Celtics for a long time, I feel like.
Making 26 a year, I mean, he'd fit for that trade exception with Gordon. So okay.
I don't want Vucevic. I would rather Fournier or AG.
Solid. I mean, I don't know. I don't really want anyone from the Magic. I'll be honest. Magic are not. I don't know. Kind of rub me the wrong way. Moving up, we got the 9th seed. I put the Hornets here. I was thinking about putting them into the top 8, the 7th or 8th seed, but honestly, I don't know. I just feel like they're going to be the Hornets. Something's going to happen where they're just going to puke on themselves and not make the playoffs. So I'll put them at the 9th seed for now. Gordon Hayward, obviously probably their best addition, probably their best player since Kemba Walker. In the relocation thing. So definitely got to give the Hornets the 9th seed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
I want to talk about the Hornets then, because I'm not even giving you guys my order because I think this is fucking stupid. But I'll just comment on all the teams and give my opinion on what I think, and then we'll brush off and you guys could reflect on what I ask you. But I feel like the Hornets they have a good crew. I don't really know much about the coach or anything. I know MJ's a little tapped, but I still feel like they could get another guy to go over there and like if Gordon Hayward is the player like now 3 years removed from that injury, then maybe like all the people laughing about the overpay are proven wrong. Like everybody laughing that Jaylen Brown got overpaid last year, but they got proven wrong. You know what I mean? I feel like Gordon Hayward, like, yo, if he's like a like 25 and 10 guy, bro, then he's worth that money probably for that team, you know? We'll see.
So number 9, I had yours flipped. I have the Magic at number 9. They're just kind of one of those stuck in no man's land kind of teams. I like their young guys and Jonathan Isaac, Mo Bamba, Markel Fultz. I'm not sure how long their vets are going to stay with Vucevic, like we said, but I just see another 9-8 seed maybe for them.
I will say this though, real quick. That 8, 9, and 10 seed, any of those, I feel like could be flipped. That's gonna be a close race between the three of them. I feel like.
Yeah. For your guys' 8 seed, I think I put my 9 seed. I put the Wizards. I think they're going to be better than they were last year. They were 10 seed last year, but I don't think their newly acquired Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal mesh too well, but we'll see. Like Jake said, I think anyone I picked for 8 through 10 you could fill in at any spot.
Scott Brooks is still the coach at the Wizards, right?
I believe
Yeah, that's how Russell Westbrook's old coach.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that there could be something there, but I don't have them on my standings at all, actually. I don't know how that's going to work out fully, but I don't hate that move for the Wizards.
So you don't think the Washington Wizards are going to make the playoffs?
No, I guess I'm in the minority in that.
Like, we're over here, like waiting for Jalen to make that step. We're seeing Tatum, he made that step, and I mean, excuse me, I put them opposites. Over in Washington, bro, Bradley Beal this year could be the year where he like solidifies himself as a superstar. I feel like too. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
but
what the
I
people
also
in Washington are counting on.
Yeah, I saw him as like the prototypical good stats on bad team kind of player. I don't know. I wasn't all amazed by him last year. You score almost 30 points a game, but you don't make the All-Star game. I think for a reason.
No, that could have been a snub. But speaking of the Wizards, I got them as the 8th seed. A lot of people think that, have a bad feeling about this Westbrook-Bradley Beal combo. But I will say this. Bradley Beal played with John Wall, who's kind of similar play style as Westbrook, and he put up good numbers, and they were a solid team. Obviously, they had a lot of other pieces around that, but it's kind of like the same point guard with Beal. I don't see Beal being that bad. I actually think the duo works out pretty well, and I think Westbrook could be an upgrade over John Wall. But with that being said, too, they're not going past the 8 seeds. Like I said, the 8th, 9th, and 10th seeds, I feel like you could change around a lot. It's just one of those things where you got to put them in order. But 8, 9, and 10 could definitely be switched up.
My number 8, I got the Pacers instead. One of those teams that they're going to be competitive every night. I think they have just enough talent to get a playoff seed. They were rumored to be blowing it all up this year, but it looks like they're going to be running back with the same roster, which is a competitive roster as is. It could look very different by the end of the season, but if this stays intact, I think they're enough to get an A seed.
Branching off I'll give my opinion on the Pacers real quick. I feel like that's a team where Oladipo rushed back from injury last year, and he was never that same player and shit. And I feel like this year, like, that's like a close-knit team, and I feel like a lot of those players' names were involved in like this deal, that deal, and players in that situation can react two ways. They can either like say screw this team and like completely like zone out, or they could just go crazy good and like you never know which one you're gonna get. And I think that team is gonna be like a top team, but they just something about them in the playoffs is like fucking. I feel like they have no chance at beating any team in a 7-game series, no matter what they can do.
No, they're a team that will make you play in a regular season game, but they're a first round exit every year as is.
And
the rest of the league got better, I think, and they just stayed the same.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we didn't get Miles Turner and all the fucking dumbass Celtics fans that think like that Danny is a moron for not doing it. It wasn't even up to Danny Ainge, you stupid fucking idiots. It was up to Gordon Hayward where he went. Michael Jordan called him on Saturday night and was like, "Hey, yo, Gordon, you and your wife and your kids come down here. I'm overpay your ass," and he went.
It's tough saying no to Michael.
Fucking the Celtics got a fucking exception, craziest fucking one in NBA history, bitch. So we good. That shit
Wait
could
and see
turn
who we
into
get from
something
that.
crazy. Could turn into something crazy.
Kyle?
For my 8 seed, not to copy Jake, but I also went with the Hornets. I think the addition of Leangelo, or not Leangelo, the Ball brother.
Fucking COVID is affecting your brain cells.
Yeah,
my guy.
clearly. I was thinking of Pistons for a second. I don't know why, but LaMelo going to the Hornets.
Don't tell me you got the Detroit Pistons next up on your list.
Oh no! I don't even have them making the playoffs this year.
That team is a fucking. I don't even know what the fuck they did this offseason, man.
Anyway, LaMelo and Gordon, I think it just gets them into the playoffs, but they're a first round exit, get smoked.
Hopefully.
First round exit. All right. What are we at? 16, 17? Basketball we're 7. Sorry, 7. I got the Hawks. I actually really like this Hawks team when they made that Capella trade. I really think that they could be a top 6, top 5 team in the East, but I only put them this low because this is the first full season that they're gonna have with Trae Young, Clint Capella, and obviously COVID and whatever. Like it's gonna be a crazy year for everyone. So I just figured, put them as a 7th seed, but I could definitely see this team making being a top 6, top 5 team in the East, and even making some noise in the playoffs. I just really like the pairing of a good point guard with a good center. I don't know. I really like that kind of pairing.
Yeah, they're also my 7th seed. I think they had sneaky one of the best off seasons.
I think they did too. I like them a lot.
I mean, that's not really a hot take, but I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen right now. Trey is gonna get injured, and they're not fucking going nowhere. Another year of drafting in the lottery.
Okay, that's why you get Rajon Rondo to back him up.
Yeah. Playoff Rondo's a real thing. You guys always tell me playoff Rondo, playoff Rondo.
He ain't making the playoffs. He ain't fucking making the playoffs, bro. I don't even want to talk about Rondo fucking traitor ass fucking win a ring with fucking LeBron bitch ass.
And the Lakers. Don't forget about that part. That one's even worse.
That shit has an asterisk on it. I don't even give a fuck.
I have a question, though. Would you be saying that if the Celtics won?
Obviously not. You fucking think I'll be lighting up a cigar right now.
The Minneapolis Lakers have 5 championships. The LA Lakers have 12. That's.
Okay, then you got to get rid of the 11 we have from the 50s. Come on.
Why? Because they were one in Boston, motherfucker. They weren't one in another city.
Yes, against
16.
Okay, they were won against fucking Carpenters and your grandfather too, but still, we still won them, motherfucker. I don't care who the referee was. I don't care if they had black people, white people, fucking yellow people, green motherfuckers out there. I would be out there. They still won fucking 17 in Boston. LA did not win 17 in the fucking LA. So suck a dick.
And 7.
7 Hawks, same reasons everyone else said.
Why though? What player is gonna carry them to the playoffs? The guy with the bad hair?
Yeah, guy.
You fucking dumb, bro.
And also Clint Capella. They also got the number 6 draft pick. Dude. Cam Reddish might be a 6th man of the year candidate. Like,
not a chance. Listen to me. I'm gonna dumb it. I'll dumb it down for you dummies real quick.
Do it.
The Atlanta Hawks are cursed ever since these fucking cocksuckers passed on Luka Doncic. Talk to me.
I mean, Dominique Wilkins wasn't too bad.
Well, that I'm not even. Never mind.
Move on.
All right, my 6th seed.
Do you even know what I just said?
Yeah, that's why I was.
My 6th seed. I got the.
Reid, did you hear what I just said?
No, I got you, my guy.
I'm saying that they could have had Luka, right?
You had him, and they traded him.
Could have.
Exactly. So they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, so I don't know why.
That's like the biggest mistake.
Because it doesn't matter. It's like they got rid of Luka Doncic. Okay, cool. They got rid of him. Trae Young is good too.
No, he's not, bro. That guy sucks.
Okay. Trae Young sucks.
He wasn't all.
But let's move on.
Yo, and another one that sucks, you like Devin Booker sucks too.
That one hit hard. I'm not gonna lie.
He's a pretty boy, bro. He sucks. He's not gonna fucking do shit.
Hey, he did put a 70 in the Garden. Give him that.
And
I told him to do that. He did
walked out. He walked out with a fucking.
Don't matter. He put up 70.
70.
I don't care. All right, my 6th seed is the Indiana Pacers. I don't see him falling off as bad as Reid. I'll be honest, Reid.
Yo, I never dropped 70, but me and Devin Booker got the same amount of rings, motherfucker.
Yeah, same amount of rings as the Phoenix Suns. Yeah, so I got the Pacers as a 6th seed. I don't see them falling off as bad as Reid. As you think they are. I mean, like you said, they're a solid team. They're going to give you, a push in the regular season. But I feel like they're just going to get swept in the playoffs. I mean, that's what they do every year. I feel like, they'll make a high seed, they'll make a run at it, and people will be like, oh, they're going to do something, and then they get swept. So I got them as my 6th seed.
Yeah, I got the Toronto Raptors at number 6. They're kind of running back with the same team, minus their 2 bigs, and they lost. So I don't know. I feel like that playoff loss against the Celtics just kind of. I feel like that did something to the team. Kind of shook them a little bit.
Did I actually say something?
Oh yeah.
I didn't put the Raptors in my playoffs at all.
Oh my god.
So you put Terry Rozier over the fucking Raptors?
They just didn't make it. They didn't make it.
Yo, they just didn't make it, man. They just fell off.
They didn't make it.
They just won a world championship.
It's they're not the Toronto Raptors. They're in Tampa now.
The Tampa Bay Raptors, bro. All I'm gonna say is this: who the fuck is even gonna start in the fucking big spot?
Aaron Baines.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He's a bitch, bro. He's a bitch. Right when he left Boston, that guy started playing like a man, bro. I'm pissed.
He's all Australia. Quote Tommy Heinsohn.
Nah, bro. Like his season with Boston, like he played 2 seasons with Boston, but the second one when he was like starting to hit threes and shit, like towards that playoffs of his second year, bro. I seen the image, and then Al Horford opted out. Kyrie opted out. These fucking cocksuckers screwed up Aaron Baines. This guy requested a trade pretty much to Phoenix, and then he started being a fucking beast.
Did he request that trade? I didn't think he did. I thought they shipped him out.
So it was like a little under the radar, like draft night deal. But like if we were like big contenders and we were doing big shit last year in free agency, like this was prior to Kemba Walker sign and trade too. Like I don't know. I think he just thought that Boston was like going like in a different direction or something, or either that or the Celtics could have really made a mistake. I have no idea, but I really think that he just kind of like wanted to be on his way. That's what I got it as.
And that's the inside scoop with GRD.
That's not even an inside scoop. That's just my fucking opinion, bro. I don't know shit. Like,
what's your 6?
For the 6th seed in the East, I'm gonna get some flack for this, but I'm gonna say the Sixers. I think they're too good. I think their players are too good for them to be, not in the playoffs. But I don't think they're good enough as a team. I think they got chemistry issues to make them not go higher than 6.
I really hope they fucking crumble, bro.
Oh,
I hope Doc Rivers like retires mid fucking game. That would be nice.
Yeah,
is there an NFL player that did that? Retired at halftime.
Like,
up for the Bills.
Yeah. Like, a lot of the players that went to the Sixers, they make my skin crawl already. And a lot of the players that they already have, and they lost Al Horford. So now I really fucking hate them. Like, and I love Al Horford again. He's back to like, Al Horford is like Kelly Olynyk now. And he's no bigger than Kelly Olynyk either. He's just the Kelly Olynyk. Like, since he fucked up and went to the Sixers, he's not like all-star Al. He's fucking average Al, like role player in Boston, Al Horford. But I do like him.
Average Al.
Yeah, that's all he fucking ever is.
Yeah, the Sixers are my 5th seed, so I'm just gonna talk about them now. I did think Daryl Morey in his brief tenure with the Sixers already kind of erased some of their mistakes they did last year by trading away.
Yeah, have you ever seen how ugly that dude is?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like he looks like a fucking like a guy that literally just sat in his grandmother's basement for like age like 16 until like 50 and then became a fucking Nah, he did work for the Celtics first, but
No, I
we
do
out
expect
here.
a better season from Philly. They kind of unclogged their lanes and added 2 shooters in Danny Green and Seth Curry to play off of Ben Simmons and Embiid and Tobias Harris. So I think I think it's going to open up a lot more. They'll be a better team without Richardson and Horford, and now newly signed Dwight Howard, which is the oddest signing I've ever seen. But I think they'll be better. But they're not getting past the first round again.
Yo, that was really weird what happened with Dwight Howard because he like tweeted that he was going back to the Lakers, right?
Yeah, and then deleted it like 5 minutes later or something.
Yeah, that shit is so weird.
It was funny.
I don't know.
So my 5th seed is the Miami Heat. I just feel like Miami, they're in like a weird spot because they don't have the superstar guy, and I know they're probably making a run at Giannis next season, assuming he hits free agency, and maybe that's the move that they're just building for. And right now, it's just they're in like a waiting game, which is fine. But I just don't see him.
Did you hear? In order to get Giannis, they're gonna have to get rid of Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, and one more guy.
Yeah. So I don't know, like if that's what they're trying to wait for, and like that's how they. Because they didn't really make a big move. I can't think of. Nothing really comes to mind. I mean, they did lose Jay Crowder. If you want to consider that a big loss for the Heat, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they're the 5th seed to me. I don't see him doing anything worse. But I will say this though, the Celtics lost to him. So although I had the Celtics ahead of them in the standings, I take the Heat over the Celtics any day as of right now because you got to beat them first before I can say that you're better than them because you lost them in 6 in the conference.
That's a stupid ass logic. You got to beat them. Like the Celtics are fucking better than them.
I think a different way of putting it is
they were better, but they lost to them.
The Heat obviously the team that benefited from the bubble environment the most. I don't think that they would be a team when they played Milwaukee in the second round. They would have crumbled with all those young guys in the Milwaukee playoff environment for sure. I feel.
Yeah, but you're probably right. But they have your number right now, so go prove me wrong. Go tell me I'm an idiot, and go do it. But right now they have your number. You lost them in 6.
Nobody called you an idiot, but we just said that stupid ass logic. Like, I feel like the fucking Miami Heat got lucky last year. That's all.
I also agree.
And so did the Celtics. Celtics got a little lucky early on, but they fucking stumbled into a real opponent when they hit up Toronto. So they got tested, But other than that, they benefited a lot. Like, the 76ers would have gave them a run for their money, bro. If it had to go to Philly.
And I think Ben Simmons didn't even play, right? He was out.
No, he was out.
Yeah, so that's another big
benefited. Exactly. So,
Kyle,
we out here.
Like Reid said earlier, I have the Raptors at 5 just because losing Ibaka, we saw what he did against the Celtics. He shot 120% from 3 that series. So losing him is tough. Gasol was already on his way out, so that's not to me as big of a loss. But now you're putting a lot on Spicy P and Spicy P, and then Van Vliet. So I don't think the Raptors are it anymore. I think they're 5 seed at best.
It's taking a step back for now.
Maybe put him in the playoffs.
I'm at 16. I had the 69.
I can't believe this guy kicked him out the playoffs. He said, no Serge Ibaka, no motherfucking playoffs, boys.
Yeah.
I might have forgotten about him a little bit. I got a little too overexcited at the bottom, but that's all right. So my 4th seed, these next two, I kind of flip-flop around because I feel like these two teams, I feel like they could make some definite noise in the playoffs, and I keep flipping between the two of them. But final one, I'm going to pick the 4th seed. I'm going to put the Sixers as the 4th seed. You guys call me crazy, but I love the move that they did with Doc Rivers. They got their new GM in. They got basically a whole new staff front office. I think Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons are gonna do really well with Doc Rivers. I think that's a coach that can get to both of them, and they added a ton of shooters to that team. So I'm excited to see the Sixers team because I think that they might do pretty good.
Yo, you know what scares me about the Sixers? They're gonna fucking trade Tobias Harris, and get somebody fucking crazy, and then I'm gonna fucking kill myself. No.
Now that they actually have a good head coach and someone that can run a team, I'm actually a little scared of this team. Before, I was like, yes, they have Embiid and they have Simmons, but okay, their coach and their front office is horrible. It's not like that anymore. And you already saw it. He made some great moves on draft night. His first draft night as a Sixer, he made amazing moves.
Who?
Daryl Morey.
I can't say it's Daryl Morey.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about Doc Rivers when I was gonna say something, and Doc Rivers, all he did was get a ring with a bunch of fucking Hall of Famers. So I don't really respect that guy that much in a playoff series as a coach. Like, I appreciate you for the ring, but I don't think they brought in like a like current like top 5 coach in the league. I don't
No
think
pop.
like yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like, can he even get across to these players like Embiid and Simmons? Like, there's a lot of friction already out there. Like, this guy should we trade this guy? Should we trade that guy? Like, it's very interesting. In reality, they got Tobias Harris making probably like 30 million. He's the guy that needs to go. He's the one that's not playing up to his contract. They need to send him plus some picks somewhere else and get like a solidified like all-star on an expiring deal, and they'll be in a good position, in my opinion.
Are you calling Doc Rivers and Tyronn Lue the same person since Ty Lue won with a bunch of Hall of Fame?
I mean, Ty Lue is not even. I don't even think he's in the same class as Doc Rivers. I think Doc Rivers is the Hall of Fame coach, but I feel like that's because he's done it for so long. Ty Lue, like, he won a ring because LeBron, and like after LeBron, he was nothing, and he probably will never be anything. What team got him this year?
The Clippers. He was the assistant on the Clippers.
Yeah.
He got promoted.
Well,
But-
I like.
But Doc did give up 2 3-1 leads in the playoffs. So
Yo, I really like Ty Lue and I really like Doc Rivers, but just like as opposing coaches against us, like I don't really like factor those two coaches into the game plan much. I know we do have to talk about them because they're like, yeah, the Sixers had a fucking doofus running the fucking team the last couple of years, and it was almost like Brad Stevens was playing chess and this guy was fucking playing Connect Four.
All right, so we at number 4. Yeah. I have the Heat at number 4. I think there's too much talent on that team. They're very deep. Yeah, they said we lost guys like Jay Crowder, but they brought in Avery Bradley too. Just to I feel like that's kind of like a lateral. That's a lateral sort of transaction. But I think they're here to stay. I do think that was kind of a flukish playoff run. They were skilled in just about every category, and they beat us fair and square, obviously. But I don't see them as one of the Eastern Conference Titans. But I think that there's enough talent on a night-to-night basis to get a home court advantage.
Yo, you know why I actually want to add something to that you just like made me think of. I feel like as we're looking at this list, look at like some young teams because I feel like think of the circumstances this year. Like what teams are gonna benefit playing in front of no fans and stuff. Like younger teams, like we were talking about the Hornets. That's a very young team. Like they just might be like a lights out team. You never even know. Like they might be that team that okay, none of our players are gonna be pussies this year and have DNPs like every other team is gonna do. You know,
Yeah,
I just don't. I'm saying that team, but it could be a completely different team. I have no idea what other young team could do it. It could be the Suns this year. They have a lot of young talent over there too. So we'll see.
talent.
Made my night, Corey.
Why you getting all happy over there, bro?
That's made my night.
Nah, like Devin Booker is fucking trash, bro.
You capping. Stop capping.
What's Cal Baxter's 4 seed?
4 seed, same thing with Reid. Heat, I think the Heat last year, although it was a fluke and they did get lucky, I think that gave them a lot of confidence. Jimmy Butler kind of solidified himself as a top 10 player in the league. So with that, I think they're going to be good this year. I mean, Tyler Hero was very, very good in the playoffs, so they're a good team.
Named after him now too, so he's automatically going to be better.
Yeah, and I mean Duncan Robinson is automatic. I mean, it's a good team. Hopefully, Bam can not have any lingering like hand or shoulder injuries, but other than that,
Why the fuck are you saying hopefully, bro? Are you a? Oh yeah, you guys are journalists. I'm a fucking Celtics fan. I hope this guy fucking falls on a fucking green bean, bro, when he's going to breakfast.
Jesus.
Number
Podcast where we wish injuries upon other players.
Nah, I don't wish injuries, but I wish like he don't play when he plays Boston, so maybe get fucking direct contact with COVID or something. Day before, maybe. The
Well,
fuck out of Boston, bitch.
Like when
You
he
just
left.
hope you just hope that he doesn't have a good game against Boston.
No, I don't want that motherfucker to play. Anyways, listen, I'm thinking of ideas what to do. I'm gonna affect a couple NBA games this year. I'll be in a couple arenas. I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm applying to fucking jobs. I might be sneaking my ass in a couple games.
It's GRD. He got the inside scoop, and I think
he's back.
Nah, I got a phone call. You got side-eye.
I thought he disconnected.
Takes were too hot.
Yo, I got a phone call. Perfect timing.
All right,
What do
well,
you want to take?
Yo, let's wrap it up. Last three. We out here.
All right, so my third seed, I got the Celtics as a third seed. I hope we all have them as a third seed, to be honest. I mean, they lost Gordon Hayward, obviously. They got Tristan Thompson and Jeff Teague, who I'll get to in a little bit. But I don't know. I like.
How long do you think I have tonight, bro?
We still got the West. We still got awards.
all right, we'll pause you there.
But no, I like the Celtics.
The fucking West. This is a Boston Celtics podcast. This is not no Western Conference bullshit, dog.
We gotta do both sides.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking. I
Yes, we're
support
gonna have a
the game,
3-part
Jay.
special.
I support the rainbow and shit, but I go one way, bro. I'm on the fucking East. I ain't going both ways like you guys.
You can hang up.
Yo.
We can finish it. You can hang up.
Alright, sounds good. As you were.
So you said Celtics 3?
Yeah, Celtics 3. They got some good pieces, but I think that the next two teams got that much better that they can get the 1 and 2 seed.
So I got the Brooklyn Nets at number 3.
I knew you were gonna do that.
It's a long season. And Kevin Durant's coming off a torn Achilles, and Kyrie Irving likes to take off Mondays. There's going to be some overlap between the two.
I'll give you that's a fair take. I will give you that. That's a very fair take.
It's a shortened off season, the shortest we've ever seen. And you think there's going to be enough time for rest between the end of last season or whenever the Nets left up until now that they can play KD and Kyrie continuously down the stretch of the season, back-to-backs. There's like we said, it's a 72-game season, but it's a long 72-game season after that. They've been talking about shortening the season altogether to prevent load management. Guess what's going to happen if you shorten the season? Players are still going to rest. Kyrie and KD are still going to rest. Even for the Celtics, Kemba Walker is still going to rest. But I just think that, it's the 3rd seed, 2 seed. What's the real difference there? It's all about the playoffs. But as far as the regular season goes, I think that the Nets are going to fall to it. Not even fall, but they're just going to sit at a 3 seed and wait for a healthy KD and Kyrie to come back for playoffs.
That's a fair point. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I actually hope that you guys are talking shit about me wishing injuries on people. I would not do that shit this time around. The fucking Brooklyn Nets, I hope Kyrie gets cheated on again, just like he did fucking with Kaylani. And I hope this guy lets his fucking play on the court get ruined by his off-the-court shit like he did in Boston. And then I hope fucking KD gets pissed off at that shit. And then I hope they crumble over there in Brooklyn. But what I think is going to happen, I think these motherfuckers are going to kill teams this year. And I'm really scared. And I don't want to play them. But I feel like in the playoffs, they're going to lose. So,
GRD's going to have Christmas then, I guess.
Christmas, you got to think, it's weird. It could go both ways for Kyrie. This guy could come into the Garden and score 50, and that would be a huge game for him. 50 in the Garden would be crazy. He never did that in a Celtics uniform. But he could also be quiet. He never fucking went to Cleveland when he was in Boston and did anything crazy. So we'll see what he does.
Kyle?
I got the Celtics.
The main thing, he better play though. He better fucking play though.
Yes.
There's no fans. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you better play.
There's no fans. It's a good time to come play. No one's going to boo me out of the building.
We still going to find a way to do something. You guys better be thinking of good ideas to fuck around with this shit, and we're going to do something.
I'm going to stand outside, TD going with a megaphone.
Hell yeah, I already ordered it.
Use that Alexa.
Black Friday.
I have the Celtics at 3 just because I think Reid's right, and it is a long season. That's why I think with Kemba Walker and Tristan Thompson not being ready till January, I think that's going to put the Celtics in a little bit of a hole at the start of the season, and they'll have a good end to the season, but it's going to be hard crawling all the way back when, like GRD said, the Nets are just killing everyone, and it's obvious who number one's going to be. But
Where'd you hear the Thompson's out till January? I know he was banged up. Did he?
Oh,
Did
I
he give him
thought-
time
oh.
to-
maybe it was just Kemba and the Thompson was banged. It was
No,
something.
I heard something about Thompson. Someone was telling me about it. He's out till like January, I thought.
I knew he was banged up.
I don't think I heard no.
That's what I thought I heard.
I think I was just forgetting or not remembering what Reid said, right?
Anyways, the Boston Celtics. You know what hurts the Boston Celtics the absolute most this year? I feel like that there's no All-Star game is fucking really hurts the Celtics because I feel like that's gonna make like guys like Jaylen Brown like not try as hard. Like he already secured his deal. He already has been in the Eastern Conference Finals the last 3 years. Like I feel like these guys might just try to coast this year to the playoffs and get whatever they get. Like I don't even know if home court is like even like crazy to them this year. It is what it is. Like there's a lot of competitive teams this year, and I'm nervous, but I don't know.
I'll just
scary.
segue to the 2C because I got to point out that I look at what Jaylen Brown's done since he got drafted. He's added layer after layer each season, and now he's going to be forced to do it without going.
He has, but I'm just saying this. Like it hurts my heart this year that this guy that I put in before the season starts this year, I say Jaylen Brown's an all-star. And now that's all broken for this poor kid, dude. Like, he's not going to get it this year, and he really is going to deserve it, I feel like. I don't know what's going to happen.
It'll probably still be like the 15 from each conference or whatever, like the 12 from each conference. There's going to be a physical
But
game.
you know what it is for these players? Like, that's such a huge deal for them because it makes them, more marketable, everything, bro. Like, and not having that hurts this year. And, like,
a Hall of Fame requirement.
Yeah, and it really hurts because I know Jaylen and his team, and they were killing for this opportunity too because he got such good people around him and shit, you know. Like, but it is what it is. We'll talk more about that closer to like when we should have like selected all stars. Maybe he has that season that I said, like, and it's underwhelming in the beginning, and then he heats up after. We'll see.
Yeah. So number 2, I assume you guys have the same ones.
I got Brooklyn as number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, Reid, that's a very good point you brought up about Brooklyn, but I think on the flip side too, you could argue the same thing with the Celtics and Kemba. Brooklyn's gonna be good this year.
They're
gonna
deep.
be a scary team.
Really
they're deep. They're young. They got 2 superstars. That's gonna be a scary team.
Do they have Joe Harris?
Yeah.
Yep. They're a deep, young, superstar loaded team. Like they honestly check off almost every box. They got the 2 superstars like KD, Kyrie, LeVert, Dinwiddie, Joe Harris, like all those guys. And, like you can go down. I'm not gonna go down their entire roster, but you go down their entire roster and you're like, oh my god, like this is a legit team. Don't be surprised they come out of the East. I mean, that's all.
Yeah, but at the same time, bro. At the same time, I'm telling you, this guy is really hard to be cool with. Kyrie is really hard. He closes himself off with these players, and like as Celtics fans, you just gotta like think at the end of the day, only one team wins every single year. For Brooklyn to win this year, like I'll be shocked because like that team, I just question the chemistry, and they got a rookie coach. We were just talking about the new coaches, and that's a good thing to think about. Like, how is that gonna work? Like, I think it's a good fit for the coach, but how is that coach gonna like automatically come in like coaching like a game 7 or something? You know.
That is true, but he also has D'Antoni right next to him, who is a very veteran leader head coach.
Yeah.
I think Steve Nash is a great coach for those guys because he's a guy that was not only in the league, but he was a very successful guy. He won an MVP. And if that's a guy, if any guy can get to him, it's going to be that guy.
You seem very certain.
That's just my take on it. I feel like Kyrie and KD need a coach that was in the league, former MVP. Although he didn't win, he got the MVP trophy. So I know I feel like that he's going to get through to him.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I see the team having a rookie coach and Kyrie and KD being as big personalities that they are. much of a long-term presence that they are. I don't see it working out for a top 2 seed. They'll still go on a playoff run, but it's the lengthy regular season I think is going to be a little full of dramatics. Yeah. And number 1, we all got Milwaukee, unless Kyle has the Pistons.
Kyle, what'd you say for the second seed? Did you say the second seed?
Yeah, the Spurs.
Yeah, the Nets with you, Jake.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the Nets? Okay.
Yeah,
Nets, and then, we all got the Bucks. I mean, Giannis.
Prove it
That's all I'm going to say. Giannis.
To prove it year for the team, to prove it that they can have Giannis long term. I think they did a good job getting Drew Holiday. They definitely overpaid, but they got some decent other players around their core.
They overpaid, but if they can keep Giannis, that's totally worth it. Like, totally worth it, because he's a once-in-a-generational superstar. He's literally a Greek freak.
Move you have to make. It's a long-haul move.
Oh, while you guys were waiting for me to film this, I was making some Giannis sneakers on Nike ID, some Celtics colorway.
How'd they come out?
They came out alright. Yo, let's hang this shit up. Let's wrap it up. What's good? Jeff Teague to Boston, wearing number 55. I fuck with Jeff Teague. This guy turns the rock over a lot. Turn over Teague in the cut. I think that Boston's going to hate him a little more than they hated on Brad Wanamaker, but I think that he's going to be successful, and on and off the court, I think that he's going to help these young cats that the Celtics have drafted. I'm just touching on a couple of the guys I want to talk about. Aaron Naismith, I'm interested in this kid. Like, I know he said from everything that his injury is going to be all set, so he should be a go for camp. I think they're starting next week. Is that guy's shot going to translate into the NBA when you got, like, 7-footers coming out on the wing and, like, putting their hand up? I don't know. We'll see. Like, it doesn't translate for a lot of people. Carson Edwards is one guy that I can think of that, where the hell is this guy shot last year? I mean, we'll see. And I want to touch on Tristan Thompson. I think that's a crazy contract for the Boston Celtics. Like, he's a guy that he was never really talked about, like, as, like, coming to Boston, but it was, like, always in the back of your head, like, yo, this guy could possibly be a pretty good fit here. Like, and he's like somebody you hate when he's not on your team. You love him when he is on your team. And I'm glad he's in Boston, and I think he's going to do great, but I also think he's going to be bad at closing out games. I feel like we might need to take him out of games and shit at the end. We out here. Send us off into Celtics Nation.
We still got the West to do. That's only half the league.
Nah, that's part 2, though. Just throw these, let me hear what you guys have to say about the 3 acquisitions I just went off on.
All right. Well, I've been very vocal on this podcast about the rookies, and I'm very sick about drafting rookies because I feel like that's not what we need anymore. We have our core group of guys, and we need to move on with the vets. And although this Aaron kid, he might be very good, and he might be a good shooter, but I'm still not on board with the rookie because I just feel like that just takes time to develop. You know what I'm saying? Like, he may be very good, but it takes a long time for that to develop. And I want a guy that can come in and help us win now and can help us win for the next, couple of years. But I mean, overall, I thought he was a solid pickup.
So you're basically just saying, like, you just won a championship, blah, blah. Like, you don't want to go through the process like Devin Booker has sucked for the last 5 years, but you still on his dick. Like, little by little, you gotta get a couple rookies, like, and get them on good deals and get their bird rights. Like, Celtics losing out, like, a lot of these picks, and we all talk about it, like, Danny hasn't smashed on a lot of these picks, and, like, if he hit on a guy like Terry Rozier and kept him on the team, like, that would be great. But in reality, to get a lot of these trades through, yo, it sucks. The Celtics don't have good contracts to trade away. Like, Marcus Smart is, like, a tradable contract that a lot of teams would like, but we don't want to fucking trade him. He's, like, the only one that we drafted that, like, is on a contract with us, It kind of sucks. Like, other guys are, but they're, like, entry-level, like, Semi Ojeleye contracts and shit.
Yeah. Going on to Jeff Teague, I like him a lot. I think he's a very good point guard. I obviously had that good run with the Hawks back in the day. He's been around the league for a little bit now. He's one of the guys that said this, I think, last episode, that Kemba Walker's knee is a serious problem. Like, we need to stop saying that he's going to be fine. It's a very serious problem. He just had stem cells injected into his knee, and that's like a last resort type thing. So Jeff Teague is one of those guys that he can come in.
Where's your PhD?
I'm just saying stem cells. I've seen it in other sports in the NFL. That's like the last resort. Like with your knee, you put the stem cells in the knee, and that's like the thing that helps you recover with it.
Last resort is amputation.
I'm telling you, that's what I think. I think stem cells are last resort. Anyways,
what? What do you mean
like,
last resort for what?
Like that's it. Like you have no other option to fix the knee. Like you need to put stem cells in.
Recovery, amputation's the last resort. But
well, with Jeff Teague. I'm telling you, he's going to be a good point guard for the Celtics team. He's going to be a good backup to Kemba Walker, and he'll be able to fill in, especially for that first month where Kemba Walker won't be able to start. Obviously, he has those knee problems, so Jeff Teague is a great pickup. And for Tristan Thompson, I've been saying it all along. We need the big man. We finally got him. I couldn't be more happier to finally get the big man. He's a great center. Also has a ton of connections in the NBA world. He's a clutch sports person, and with the whole Kardashian thing, who knows? Maybe that brings us something over to the Celtics off the floor. So I'm very happy with the acquisitions of those two guys in free agency.
Yeah, I mean, we can't overrate them. I'm talking about like Jeff Teague specifically. I do think it's a big upgrade over Brad Wanamaker. I'm happy to see that switch out of backup point guard. I do think that bringing in Teague is just going to bring a little bit of reassurance off the bench when Kemba's not on the floor for this first stretch. I was pleasantly surprised by Tristan Thompson because I thought we were done for. I thought we were rolling out with just Daniel Tice, and I want to see more out of Rob Williams this year. I am very high on him, more so than others. But I think that's a massive move for this team. I hope it's not a case of the Chris Humphries Kardashian curse, but I think we got deeper. I think with Aaron Naismith, we re-upped ourselves to compete now with the vets we have, as well as with Brown and Tatum and their timeline. We got enough combination of youth and veteran experience that we didn't have last year in the playoffs.
Fair enough. I disagree with Jake about Naismith. For a future episode, as you see, we'll have some award shows. I actually have Naismith high up there for one of them. Not maybe winning, but high up there for one of them. I think MVP? This is going to be... No, yeah, you're right. Aaron Naismith, MVP 2021.
Yo, you know that you need playing time to win an award, right? Like, you think that there's not many minutes out there for the kids, so it'll be tough.
I disagree. You don't have Kemba, you don't have Romeo Langford. Tristan Thompson might be banged up.
Yeah, you have all Gordon's minutes now.
Reps.
So you think the rookie's gonna get some time? I hope he does.
I think Aaron Naismith with Brad Stevens' offense fits in very, very well. He's a very good shooter.
They talked him up as a shooter. They're gonna use him.
Yeah, hopefully.
All we know, and like I've done like all research, everybody said, yo, he's a shooter. Like nobody knows anything about him. Like, yo, he can shoot and he got a 6-pack. He's jacked. That's all everybody knows about.
To win an award.
Exactly. And his girl looks good too off the court. He's winning on and off the court. We out here. Yo, I think that just about wraps it up for the GRD podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. More episodes will be coming through. All you got to do, like, comment, subscribe, baby. Leave a review. Twitter fingers turn to we out here.